I'm very passionate about the topic.
And educated.
Very educated about it.
And thanks to her, so am I.
If you need to know anything about it, I love talking about it. It's like one of my favorite things. Because I love to educate people about it, because there are more narcissists in this world than
so
you
many,
think. And people used to make so much fun of me because, listen to me, we're talking, this is our episode's about narcissism. People used to make a lot of fun of me because, to me, after my relationship with a narcissist, everybody was a narcissist. But I see, like, red flags. And, like, to me, a red flag is, that's it. You show me one red flag, that's it. You're a narcissist. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay if somebody shows me a red flag and I choose to cut the person out of my life, because the first time they show me one, hopefully that's right.
And I never even knew they existed.
Right.
I didn't.
Right.
Like, I didn't know that was like a.
Not until it was too late.
Yeah. Not until like it was.
You don't, because a lot of times they are like your knight in shining armor.
Yeah.
And they put you up here, you know, and like, then they put you up here on a pedestal, and then they kick that bitch right up from underneath you. Like, oh,
Yeah.
whoops, nope, mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, I was just playing.
Right.
And they love it too. They're like, no, I was just playing. Like, they love it. It's their favorite thing, you know?
Yeah.
I got my Carmex in here and I just
I
lost it.
don't know that I've
No,
ever
it's not
been
too
in
big.
a. I don't know.
With a
Ever-
narcissist?
Yeah.
Well, they
Like,
always
I mean,
say
I've been in relationships with
abusers.
abusers.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wouldn't say that they were.
Well, now, they always say assholes are not narcissists.
Right. There's.
Every narcissist is an asshole.
But just because you're a mean person or an asshole does not make you a narcissist.
Right.
Yeah.
Every narcissist is not a sociopath. Every narcissist is not a psychopath. However, every sociopath and every psychopath are narcissists. So.
Well, I don't agree with that because I'm a psychopath and I'm not a narcissist.
Well, I don't agree that you're a psychopath, but.
I really am diagnosed.
Well, then.
She's like,
I
yes, I
really
am.
am. I swear.
No, well, now, all the things that I've read, have said that if you are a sociopath or a psychopath, you are a narcissist. But
No, I
narcissists
think
are
that,
not.
honestly, I do think that I used to be a narcissist.
Yeah.
But I think it was a reaction towards a narcissist that I was
Now,
with.
if you are in
Yeah.
a narcissistic
Yes,
relationship,
yes.
you
You
do
know?
start to
Okay.
get
And
some
it's-
of their
it's taken
traits.
me- I mean, I'm still working on
Yeah.
things. I mean, it's hard.
Well, the last time I talked to my narcissist in a relationship setting,
And no names will ever be mentioned on this.
Well, we don't know about him.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
maybe everyone.
No names from me. Okay.
Probably none for me either, but you never know about me. I could get a wild hair at my ass, and then it just come out because shit hits my mouth before it hits my brain sometimes.
Oh, and then so Schaefer, she's really involved in like a lot of things here. That's what as soon as we talk about doing this, I wanted to reach out to her.
Yeah.
We thought about her. I'm sitting here talking about you like you're not here. Automatically, because she does a lot of things like in the community. So I would kind of
With domestic violence.
Yes, with domestic violence.
Things of such.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
Yeah, and I would kind of like to really get involved in stuff like that too. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to.
Do they have like a domestic violence like walk or?
Well,
Something
we
like
haven't. We did the protest, and October is actually Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Oh.
So we
okay.
are looking around. There's actually, like, just for the protest alone, we got donated like a crap ton of water because it was supposed to be hot and stuff. And that was
Yeah.
just somebody that reached out to us.
Oh.
So we are in the process of putting together like a domestic violence awareness day where we're gonna have inflatables for kids and activities for kids to be involved
That's
in,
cool.
but where the parents could also be involved in gaining knowledge on what's going on. We're also having a petition out there that we're gonna take to Senate.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Wow. I would love to. Yeah, that's. And so for me, like, I just wanted to say, we kind of talk about like when you said kids, it kind of made me think like there's so many people that just from one relationship like, just from, let's say, my relationship, okay, that I was in, there's so many people affected by that.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just me. It's not just the one that's getting abused. It's not. It's your whole entire family.
Yeah.
You know, from my kids, from my mom, from my dad, and even the relationships that I have now. My best relationships right now, my safe relationships, all of those are still being affected from something that happened 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You know.
And you know, one thing that I kind of didn't like to see the news put in, but there was kids that showed up to the protest and they were holding signs that said, "Please stop the violence, kill me."
Oh.
Because they were witnessing it, and they were being affected by it, and they wanted to be a part.
Well, I mean, I can only imagine how the kids are affected by it because I went in my biggest abusive relationship, because there's been more than one, you know, of course, because it's a cycle.
Yeah.
What was I talking about? Shit. I forgot what I was talking about.
Is that wine? But
I'm sorry, y'all.
The cycle,
Oh,
how kids are affected.
Oh, well, yeah, I was in my 30s when I was in this relationship, and like it has taken years to recover, and I'm still not recovered completely.
Yeah.
But it changed me as a person. Like,
Oh yeah.
I am a totally different person than I was before
You'll
that
never be the
relationship.
same.
Yes, no.
no.
So, which I mean, a lot of it, I'm different for the better.
Yeah.
So
You get stronger.
You do get
you know,
stronger.
your emotions, you're able to, I mean, for me at least, I know I can control my emotions, or I'm more aware of them than I was before.
yeah,
You know,
me
you look
too.
out for the red flags before you didn't.
I am too, because like I have always been a super emotional person and super empathetic, and that those are the people who are attacked by narcissists, who are targeted.
Those
They are
natural
actually
healers.
yes,
Yeah.
they are targeted by narcissists, and like how long has it been?
I wrote first. I started it. It's okay.
However long we take, I guess.
Also, let me say this. Okay. So now that my mind's going, I'm thinking, like, for me, women, like, I feel like a lot of people look at, like, just men as being, like, and when women can be abusers.
Definitely.
And there's so much that's just been happening, like, in the news and just all over the world that has really just been, like, killing me. It's like tugging at me, like, you know. And so that's one of the reasons too I wanted to kind of just get out here and just talk about it and talk about things that nobody really wants to talk about.
Yeah, it's taboo.
Yeah, it's just
Nobody,
or a lot of people that are in the relationships is they're either trying to cover it up and it's not really happening, or they're gonna help fix them. It's gonna get better. You know.
You always have that hope that it'll get better, or they'll get back to what they were at first when they put on that front.
Usually, you know, people who are abused are like, I don't know, what's the word? I started to say sweet, but that's not what I meant. Like, caretakers, you know what I mean? Like, sensitive types.
And it's hard to, like, talk about it. I mean, even for me, like, I know there's some people that know me, that know my situation and what I've, you know, been through a long time ago. And then there's some that don't at all, but I'll say, you know, like, the things that I went through when I was in my teens or in my 20s, like, I have, you know, been diagnosed with PTSD.
So have I.
Like,
it's like a thing. Like, a relationship can cause you a disorder.
There's actually been studies on people who come back from Afghanistan and people who are in domestic violence relationships, and PTSD is almost active.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that is
wow, that's
that is
crazy.
My therapist
I believe
told me
that. That's nuts.
Yeah, brain scans. They've done brain scans. Almost
like people that that's in the war, that's been in the war, and they come back and they have it, like, you know, if they hear a lot of sound, like the same thing with people that's been in abusive relationships, like if they same thing.
Since I've been out of my relationship, I'm telling you, I am the jumpiest person. Like, I was never like that before. You can walk up behind me and I would be scared, like, you know what I mean? And it wasn't even a physically abusive relationship.
Oh yeah,
but
it doesn't
have to be.
That's the thing. It can be
So.
a lot of people, and especially like if there's like young girls out there, like that's when it starts. Like when you're so young, like if you're 14, 15, 16, you know,
Yeah.
like please, if there's signs, if there's any red flags, we were just like, oh my gosh, please just know, because like, how can I say, what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, I know it's cliche, but they never get better. They never change. Like that cliche statement is true.
Yeah.
They do not change.
Oh, so
it never gets better.
Yeah, and so a lot of people think just because I'm not being physically, I'm not being hit or thrown or
Yeah.
choked, I'm not in a, no, that is not,
Yeah.
like, abuse is, you know, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, like mental, like there's so many other different, it's not just
Sexual.
like, yeah, like it's not just if you're not getting punched or if you're not
Yeah.
getting, like, no, there's still
And
other-
there's a big stigma. A lot of people think that. I
Yeah.
mean, people who aren't even being abused.
Like, if they're
or
calling you
people
names,
who are being abused.
if they're calling
aren't
you
being
names,
abused.
yep, if they're calling you names, if they're belittling you, if they're just
Controlling.
downgrading you,
Yeah.
controlling. So
Well-
there's some people that are so controlling that they want your Facebook, you know, information,
Yeah.
and they want all your passwords, and they want, no, like,
And I'll tell you one. I'm sorry, Shaker, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'll tell you one more thing that is also abuse that you would never think was, and your abuser will make you think it's not. Mine used to always say little stuff and make a joke out of it.
Oh,
Like
yes.
it was always usually about my weight, and he'd be like, oh, "Just playing." You're so sensitive. Like
Yeah.
you take everything personal.
Yeah.
Like, and that is exactly what they do. They try to downplay your feelings, make you look crazy, and make you feel like you're the one overreacting always.
Yeah.
So that is abuse.
And you know,
It
another
is.
thing that we're working on too is in school systems, you've got sexual violence, education, you got sex ed, you've got
Well-
all this different stuff. There's nothing on domestic violence.
oh wow, that's
Yeah.
So what we're actually trying to do is get something in the school system
Yes.
that will educate young women and men
Yes.
the red
That
flags,
would be
awesome.
the signs to look out for, the help that's in the community.
yes, because I so
already.
wish I had that.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, you know.
And then you think about social media, you know, he doesn't love you if he doesn't bust your windows out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I mean,
We're
we gonna talk about social media too, 'cause
right.
I
Like
can
2
send
years
this shit.
ago, that's the shit I believe.
Mm.
Like he doesn't really love me if he doesn't break my phone.
Yeah.
But then I came to realize that this is my phone, not your phone to break, and that's not love.
Yes.
You know,
No.
most people that they're so influenced by social media.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Especially
you
these
are
days.
right about that.
I know what I was talking about.
She just said,
If I
"Oh,
could-
I know what I want to talk
Let me
about." Okay, turn that shit on. Here we go. Ready? Go.
Yeah. So also, there's also, I don't know, people are probably gonna hate my life for this. For saying this. I'm like,
I already know what she's gonna say. She didn't
not
tell
agree with
either.
me, but I just feel like a lot of women provoke men
Oh yeah.
into, you know, hitting the, like, I'm sorry, but
Definitely.
if you're a woman and you're in front of a man and you're like slapping him upside the head and you're spitting in his face and you're yelling and you're screaming, yes, it is. But,
Yes.
see, but they don't look at it like that. They look at it like, oh, I'm just trying to get you to try me so that
Yeah.
I can call the police and
Yeah.
I'll be alright and go to
Yeah.
jail. So I just feel like if a woman is doing that to a man, and if they handle him, then that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't
Yeah.
feel like you should, oh my gosh, well, and I have a black eye. Well, but, you know, you did jump on his back, and it
Right.
was way landing inside the head,
There's a
too.
chunk of
So,
hair missing out of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it
Yeah.
goes, but yeah. Like,
Like that's whenever you look at it's not gender specific.
Yes.
It's not. And most of the time in that situation, the man goes to jail whenever it's the girl. that
Yep.
starts
And
it.
most of the
Yep.
time, the man is not gonna say, "My girl beat my ass."
No.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, what am I gonna do? She keeps beating my ass. Like, it's just usually it don't happen.
right.
It don't happen. They don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, men don't talk about shit anyways.
Right.
Second of all, they're not going to talk about anything, especially because most men have too big of an ego. No offense.
Yeah.
But that's just what
That's
it
true.
is. Men carry a large ego, and
Yeah.
they're supposed to be the manly men that are
Mhm.
strong. And they can,
Well, that's
you
just
know?
toxic masculinity that's floating around during this. Well, I was gonna say during this social media shit, but it's always been happening.
Yeah.
It probably used to be worse.
Yeah.
Being, don't cry, you little sissy.
Yeah.
Come on,
Right.
let's go punch each other in the nuts. Come on, what boys do. That's, you know,
Yeah.
like, no, boys can cry. Boys are allowed to cry. I encourage my son to cry, even though he really don't. Which is good. I mean, I'm a big crier, and I wish I didn't cry ever, because all I do is cry sometimes. But
And a lot of people, I feel like, and men and women, they like have anger issues,
Yeah.
even with like, let's say, like I've known a few, you know, that will punch a wall
Oh, yeah.
and will punch, but they
That's
won't.
a red flag.
Yeah.
But they won't physically harm someone. Like they busted up TVs in the house, and they, you know, whatever, maybe even punched themselves.
Yeah.
But never laid a hand on someone else. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it's just kind of like, I don't know, like there's just so many different, I guess.
But see, to me,
Facets.
because I've been in a relationship before my actual physical violent relationships. I was in a relationship where the man did that. You know, he would bust his phone, he would punch holes in his wall, he bust out his windows in his house, and all of that. And to me, at the time, it was, oh, he's just releasing anger.
Yeah.
But looking back at it now, that caused me emotional trauma too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. It
You
can.
know, yeah.
For sure. I believe that. You want to see if Justin wants to come and give the guys review before we?
I would like to.
I don't know. I'd like to have a guys.
If we could have someone go get him, thank you.
Light skin.
He's really, yeah. I don't know. Maybe he will.
Well, I mean,
I'd like to have a guys, you know,
yeah.
What?
point of view because
He
What?
probably knew it was coming.
no, I think he's in there with Jada somewhere. I think he's there in the.
No, he did.
Are you serious?
Anyway, he ain't shit.
So what we learned today.
So we learned today that Justin ain't shit.
Okay, wait.
And-
He's right here.
Just playing, but that wasn't abusive. I was trying not to be abusive.
Just kidding. Verbal abuse.
But he's in there, but he's helping Jay. So how you want to play?
I want him to come help us.
Yeah, go tell her husband he has to release Justin.
For 2 minutes.
Somebody was knocking.
I actually would feel more comfortable if you did it.
Justin!
He can't hear you. It's soundproof. It's a soundproof room.
So the big thing is, guys, is just, this is,
Know your worth.
yeah,
Like,
and this is real, and it happens every day.
and let me tell you
All
something,
around.
girls. Let me tell you something. Okay,
Keep
I'm getting
it
ready.
real.
I'm getting ready to be 38 years old.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I get lonely. I do. I get lonely sometimes. And I've been single for a while. And I get lonely, but you know what? I'm so happily single. It's disgusting. It is so disgusting. No one should ever be this single and this happy. Like, it's just awesome because like I go around people and they be talking about, oh my God, my man. I'm like, oh my goodness, look at all this money. Look at this. Like, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna drink me some coffee, I'm gonna watch some, I'm gonna Netflix and chill with myself. But learn to, the main thing, and this is what I try to give advice to my kids. Whoa, the table's falling, shaker, I believe, over there. Learn to like to be alone.
Yeah.
That's the only way, because some people would rather have a man and be abused than to be alone. And I'm gonna say, as embarrassing as this is, I recall myself saying that one time. I'd rather him hit me than leave me. And you wouldn't never catch me say that right now, today. So,
I don't feel stupid because
Just get over.
no, it's wobbling. It's not. Just fix the.
I know, but Justin's not in the camera, so.
yeah.
Okay, well, we got it here. It's over there. Just pull the leg out. The legs are going in. They fold in. There it
Alright,
goes.
hang on.
And there you go.
Make sure. It's a whole lot of brightness on one screen.
How you doing?
So we asked you to join. We were just talking about domestic violence. You know, it's not gender specific. It could happen to a man or a woman.
You saying like men could be abused too?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yes. And a lot of times they get abused and nobody knows because they're men and they shouldn't
Men
be.
and their ego.
They shouldn't be talking about it.
Definitely.
That's
Like,
it.
if a chick's gonna really hurt my feelings or hurt me or something, I'm a man, and in this man's world, I'm not gonna let that be known. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
hurt,
exactly.
that I'm weak or that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or I don't also want to give her the satisfaction of knowing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
You know,
That she
another
hurt
thing-
you like that.
that we had talked about too was how girls sometimes will like jump on your back, pull your
Provoke
hair,
you.
beat you in the face.
So, just
and
so
then
you
once
will.
you
Just so you can hit them.
stop them, yeah.
Yeah. So or
You
push
can
them or
jump.
whatever. Like even if you were just trying to restrain them,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
they had some bruises on their wrist,
Uh-huh.
guess what? You're going to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not cool. Like that's not okay.
And I had a girl sit there and be like, hit me.
Yeah, because that's
all,
what they
all
want.
mad, you know what I'm saying?
And she really wanted that, probably.
Yeah.
She really wanted you to hit her.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
At all.
I love it. I love that
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, they
I mean,
can't
hell,
play.
I've seen girls
Running
punch
right in.
themselves in the eye and blood their own eye to call the cops
Yeah.
and say he just did this to me.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's some psycho shit. It don't just happen in the movies. It
I
happens
just
in
saw
real life
that.
too.
I just saw that on the if anybody's wondering why I'm sitting here with a sucker like this,
Mm.
because I
Miss Smoking.
yeah, I've been
Yeah.
smoking.
Sure did.
So anyway,
She got your candy.
I saw it was I think it was on Facebook, somebody had shared it, and it was a woman literally
Yeah.
and they had the surveillance thing like in her house. She was literally beating herself in the head and said that like
Her boyfriend did it.
yeah. Like crazy
So,
stuff.
girls, if you're doing things like that, then you are a trifling ass, snake ass bitch, okay? Next.
Yep.
Anyway. That's all. You're not being abused. You are an abuser,
Yeah.
okay? Let's just get that
And you're a
straight.
narcissist because you want to try to play the victim on
Yes.
it. And to people like us who
Uh-huh.
have been victims to
Mhm.
domestic violence or narcissism or whatever it is, that's a little.
It's not cute. It's very disrespectful and it's
Get
very
your ass beat real quick by
Yeah.
a woman.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
You don't
right.
need to get hit by a man at that point. Shit.
And I just want everyone to know like there is help out there. There like just reach out. Even I mean,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, to like you said, if and I so hope that this whole thing. I mean, like
I think
that
it
would be
will.
so
That would be.
Yeah.
amazing.
I think
Because I
it
never
will.
thought about that like that.
I never even thought about it, them not having it.
Yeah.
They
They're-
don't.
That's crazy.
They have sexual victim
Uh-huh.
thing in there,
Counseling
but what it's
there.
really about is not even teaching you about sexual violence.
Uh-huh.
It's more teaching you on if you see it happening, you report it.
Mm.
So it's not even telling you what you need to know as yourself,
Right.
who might be a victim of it eventually.
Oh, okay. Like
It's
signs to
telling
watch.
you,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just.
But and that's the thing. Do you guys always think that there is signs? Like you know recently
Where's the paper?
on the news, you know, like the what's her name?
Erica?
No. Shanann
Oh,
Woods.
yes.
Yeah.
Like if you go back and you look at all of that stuff and like the pictures and they're like, it just looks so perfect. But that's how it looks
Yeah.
to people on the outside. Like, and that's how people that are in abused relationships try to make it look like on
Yeah.
social media. That's
Oh,
what they
yeah.
do. They try to cover it up.
Overcompensate.
Well, yeah, I was married to I'm gonna say he's not the only abuser I've been with, but he's the most that impacted my life.
Yeah.
And, I was married to him and I had all of these goals, pictures.
Yeah.
And we did these trips and everybody thought we were like
Yeah.
A1 perfect couple.
Mm.
That's how it is. Like that's, and it's just like, and I forget, but I think I had shared it. Remember, and like, if you go back and like kind of read some of her stuff,
Yeah.
it was like there was telltale signs there because it was
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
what did I ever do to deserve
Yes.
such a? So
Yeah.
to me, like maybe he was a narcissist. Is
Yes.
how I'm looking. Like I'm
I
like,
believe he was.
I mean, yeah, it was just crazy when you go back and you're like,
Well, when you they're not hard to find. If you
I know.
really know what you're looking for, you will know.
Yeah.
Like a narcissist. Believe me, I see them every day. And I'm not crazy. I really see them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, at first, listen, guys, this is my best friend, and I even at one point was like, oh my god, I'm my best friend. Like, everyone's a narcissist, okay?
Yes,
But,
everybody was like that.
I mean, there is so many. Like, it's
Yeah.
not it's real.
And
like,
you know
I see that
what?
now.
She knows because a lot of people don't even know really, truly what narcissism
No.
is. You really won't unless you've been personally involved with one. But Mandy learned about it before she ever was involved with one.
Yeah.
Because of me. Like, because we were gonna lose our friendship. If you are in a relationship with a narcissist, it's not like a regular relationship. Like, when you break up, it's not like breaking up with your boyfriend, you're over it in a week, 2 weeks. I'm still not completely over my relationship with the narcissist. There are things, and I probably never will be, only because I was so affected in other ways. Like, my personality is not the same. Like, just so many things, you know, like, so, it took a while, and at first Mandy just couldn't understand, like, why can't you just get over this? So I was like, listen, we literally had to sit down, and I had to tell her, listen, I've done a lot of research, and I have read that you're not going to understand, and you just can't, you cannot possibly understand unless you are with one. So she really actually took the time and did the research. She knew everything, like, that there was to know.
Yeah, now I'm like narcissist. I'm like that.
And I wasn't crazy, was I?
No.
I swear.
I
Not
call
at
them
all.
parasites.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Yeah.
you know.
I call them emotional vampires.
Yeah.
They're soul suckers.
Yeah.
But what?
Oh, yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
soul suckers. Because they don't have a soul. Like, they got to borrow yours for the time being.
Yeah.
And they don't never give it back.
Yes,
Yeah.
But what makes these narcissists though? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well-
What in their life causes them to be narcissists?
It can
And I
actually be
think
in your DNA.
in your DNA.
It can, I'm serious.
It can be a product of, like, abuse or like a traumatic event. Mine had a stutter when he was younger. I think that had a lot to do with his because a lot of people made fun of him. And he told me himself, in order to get them to stop making fun of me, I had to become this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, that's, I believe, and there was like some, you know, childhood abuse with his dad and stuff like that, you
Yeah.
know? So I think it's not been proven, but they do correlate, like, childhood trauma
Yeah.
to narcissism. It's not been proven that it can cause it, but, and I
Yeah,
have
I
heard it's
totally
in your
believe
DNA
that.
as well.
And see, I only know that it's in my DNA because, Mom, ignore me. But, don't watch this if you watch this. But, so my dad was a horrible narcissist and he was an abuser. He was, my mom, you know,
Yeah.
my mom had a DGO against him. He abused me growing up. My brother was around him until he was about 4 years old. Not old enough to really catch anything.
Yeah.
Just like him.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So, and that's, you know, that's how I know. Like,
Yeah, I do believe it's in your DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think it's a learned behavior. I don't think it's in the DNA.
Um,
I don't think it's
I
like
think
in
a
the
lot of
gene pool
times
either.
it can be a learned behavior.
It can be a learned
And it can be
behavior.
because somebody was bullied in school, you know?
Yeah.
And they have to put up this, what it is, basically. Have you ever seen the meme of the person unzipping the sheep's outfit and they're stepping out of it?
Yeah.
Basically, they just build this whole facade because they don't, a narcissist has no true emotions. They don't know what love feels like. They don't know what real feelings feel like. And so they try to see how you react to certain things and they see how you like handle this situation and it's called mirroring. It's actually a term in narcissism. It's called mirroring. They mimic the way to be a real human. They don't know how to be a human. Like they're just not. It's like
Yeah.
They don't know how to be human.
No.
So like I've heard of people being like psychos or like you know having certain disease in their head to where like they're chemical imbalance and stuff and they don't have no feelings.
right.
But so how could a regular person become a narcissist if they had feelings before? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody gets numb. Everybody goes.
I feel like you just are one.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if just are one. I do think there are factors
Well,
that
you
can.
know, that's like depression is a chemically imbalance,
Uh-huh.
a chemical imbalance in your brain, but you're not born with depression.
Right.
Right.
You
That's
know,
true.
There's things that happen in your life that can cause chronic
Yes.
depression, but you never
That's
had it
true.
before.
That is true. That's so smart. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think, I definitely believe both sides. I think that it can be DNA, I think it can be
Yeah.
passed through, but I also believe that I believe more cases are from
Trauma.
learned behavior
Yeah.
and trauma. Like a lot of people that I've talked to, like their parents were abusive,
Uh-huh.
and now they're abusive.
Yeah.
Or they're in an abusive relationship.
Mhm.
Like, that's what it is most of the time. But there's a lot of times where their parents
Just
are
like a
perfect,
cycle.
you know?
It
Yeah.
is. It's a,
And that's-
it's a
yeah.
horrible cycle.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So I guess we're gonna wrap it up. This is
Yeah.
about time.
and we get a crack lacking on the next episode. Next episode is
It'll
about
be
narcissism
full.
again.
It is gonna be.
We didn't mean for it to be about narcissism this time, but
Well, it's
It's
time.
somehow
kind
just-
of late, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really.
and a lot of you probably are with a narcissist and don't know.
Well, let me say this. I will say real fast that I see a lot of shares and posts
Mhm.
throughout my Facebook feed of people that are sharing stuff about narcissistic people, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, like, ooh, I wonder, you know, who they're talking about,
Uh-huh.
because I never knew
Yeah.
that, you know, and so I feel like a lot of people, more people are going through it
They are.
than they want to admit.
It's becoming more and more known. Like
Yes.
when I was going through it, it wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, but it was just starting to be.
Well, so many things happen, and it's just not talked about.
Yeah,
Like, it's just
yeah.
not, you know,
Mhm.
so.
Well, lucky for me, I was able to find Facebook groups and stuff.
Yes.
And that is the best thing that
Yes.
happened to me.
Mhm.
Seriously, like, because when I finally figured out, because it was just such a weird relationship, I was just like, what is this? Like, what is going on?
Right.
You just feel so
Mind fuck.
That's what.
mind
yeah.
fucked.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the words I used to use. Like, I'm sick of your mind fuckery. Like, this is stupid. It's a roller coaster of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't even remember where I was going with that. I do that a lot, I'm sorry.
That's okay. But
Can
we'll
I
talk.
say
Yeah,
real
yeah.
quick, specifically in Owensboro, Kentucky, which they have this in all counties and all cities, but Oasis is a support group for domestic
Mhm.
violence,
Oh.
specifically only domestic violence.
Mm.
And
It's only for women, though, right?
no,
Oh, it's not? No. Oh,
it used to be,
okay.
but they've changed that. And if you reach out to, you know, there's domestic violence support groups, there's domestic violence advocates that, you know, will be there for you if you ever end up, you know, going to court or anything over it.
Mm.
But I never knew red flags, even after my abusive relationship,
Yeah.
until I went there and learned their
wow.
abusive, the signs and the warning
Yeah.
signs, and when it's really time that you need to leave and you can talk to them, you know, and so if
Yeah.
you feel yourself starting to be a roller coaster, you feel yourself starting to question, am I really the crazy one? Am I really the one in the wrong? Like, your feelings are valid, you have
Yeah.
them for a reason.
Mm.
And
Trust
don't
your
ever-
gut.
Yes, always,
Always.
100%, because you are not crazy, and I don't care how crazy you might
No.
think you are.
That's
And they tell you that you are, because that was, you're
Or it's
crazy,
always
you're
a
just
No,
crazy.
other people think that you are. too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They're
Yeah.
pros at it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to get
Oh,
to the
yeah,
next
that's a total,
Right.
yes, me too, that's a total narcissist, slander people's names, like, we'll get into that next time.
Yeah, okay.
But I do wanna let y'all know real quick, if you or anyone you know are being abused, we're gonna put the domestic violence hotline number
Yes.
on the screen for you guys, so I just wanted to mention that real quick before Mandy cuts us off here.
Actually, it's our director. Our director who the cuts.
Oh, okay.
All
I
right.
need to shut up.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Renee gonna like this shit now.